Let me start with a question many people avoid, not because it's complicated, but because it's uncomfortable. If your job disappeared tomorrow and everything familiar in your routine was gone, would you still have skills that could support you, protect you, and move you forward? Think about it honestly for a moment. Most people never prepare for that scenario. We plan vacations more carefully than we plan our long-term resilience. We rely on employers, routines, titles, and systems until suddenly we can't. And this matters because the world is shifting faster than at any point in modern history. Research from Oxford shows nearly half of existing roles will change or vanish in the coming years. Not decades from now, this decade. The reality is simple. What you can do matters more than what you have. Capabilities are the new security. Today, I want to walk you through the skills that give you long-term strength and make you valuable in any environment, economic, technological, or social. These aren't trends or buzzwords. They're foundational human abilities that consistently separate people who thrive from people who struggle. And by the end of this video, you'll not only know what they are, but you'll understand how to start building them in a realistic, grounded way. Before we dive in, I'd love for you to share in the comments. What's one skill you already trust in yourself? One capability that would still serve you even if everything around you changed? Your perspective might encourage someone else watching today. And if conversations like this help you grow, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be here with us each week as we learn to think better, build inner strength, and live with clarity and confidence. Let's begin. Skill number 1, emotional self-regulation. The first skill that separates people who stay in control of their life from those who constantly feel overwhelmed is emotional self-regulation. Challenges will always appear. Pressure will always exist. People will misunderstand you, deadlines will tighten, plans will shift. You don't succeed because life becomes easier. You succeed because you become stronger at managing yourself within it. Research from Yale shows people with higher emotional regulation earn more, experience lower stress levels, and maintain stronger personal and professional relationships. That makes sense. If you think clearly when others panic, if you stay respectful when others get reactive, if you remain consistent instead of emotional, you automatically become someone people trust. Someone people follow. In any room, the calmest person holds the most power. That's not a personality trait, it's a trained capability. And once you develop it, you instantly stand out. Most people react, very few respond. Skill number 2, learning quickly and continuously. The world is changing fast enough that what you mastered 5 years ago might already be outdated today. But here's the key. Your ability to keep learning is more important than what you already know. A study from LinkedIn's Workplace Learning Report found that employees who continuously learn are 39% more likely to feel successful in their career and significantly more adaptable during change. When you learn new tools before you're forced to, when you upskill instead of waiting for problems, when you stay curious instead of defensive, you become valuable in any environment. You never get stuck depending on old knowledge. The people who thrive are not the ones who know the most right now. They are the ones who can learn faster than the world shifts. That quality alone already separates you from the majority. Skill number 3, effective communication. You can be incredibly intelligent, but if you cannot explain your ideas clearly, your impact will always be limited. Communication is the bridge between capability and recognition. It influences how people perceive you, how much trust they give you, and whether opportunities open for you. When you speak clearly, you reduce confusion. When you listen fully, you build trust. When you articulate your perspectives, you become someone whose voice carries weight. Most people talk to respond. Few talk to connect, understand, and move ideas forward. That difference is noticeable and highly valued. Skill number 4, discipline and consistency. Success is never about doing extraordinary things once. It is about doing the necessary things repeatedly, especially when motivation fades. Discipline is not punishment, it's structure for your future. Consistency signals reliability to yourself and to others. Most people rely on how they feel. Disciplined people rely on what they decided. That's why they get results. That's why they stand out. Skill number 5, sound decision-making. Every outcome in your life traces back to a decision or a decision you avoided. Good decisions come from gathering information, thinking clearly, evaluating consequences, and acting without hesitation once a direction is chosen. A Harvard Business Review study found that leaders who make decisions promptly, even if the decision isn't perfect, perform better than those who delay. Momentum matters. Growth favors action. You differentiate yourself by being decisive, thoughtful, and willing to adjust, instead of waiting for certainty that never arrives. Most people avoid decisions because they fear mistakes. The ones who succeed are willing to choose, learn, and move forward. Skill number 6, resilience. You do not need a life free of difficulty. You need the ability to continue in spite of difficulty. Resilience predicts success more accurately than IQ, background, or resources. According to the American Psychological Association, resilience is one of the strongest psychological predictors of long-term well-being and achievement. Why? Because nothing meaningful happens without setbacks. Plans change, businesses evolve, relationships have challenges, careers shift. People who collapse under pressure limit their future. People who persist rise above setbacks and build lives others admire. Skill number 7, focus. Distraction is one of the greatest threats to progress today. Not lack of talent, not lack of opportunity, lack of attention. Studies show the average person checks their phone 96 times per day. That constant interruption destroys deep thinking and creative clarity. When you can sustain attention on one thing long enough to complete it well, you immediately separate yourself from the majority. Focused people finish projects. Focused people build momentum. Focused people create results others envy. Attention is power, and most people give theirs away for free. Skill number 8, self-awareness. You cannot change what you refuse to notice. Self-awareness is understanding your patterns, your strengths, your triggers, and your blind spots without judgment, only clarity. People who lack self-awareness repeat the same mistakes, blame others, and sabotage opportunities. People who cultivate it evolve quickly, communicate better, and build healthier relationships. This skill earns respect silently. It improves decisions, relationships, and leadership ability. The world notices when someone understands themselves deeply because it is rare. Skill number 9, value creation. Money follows value, not effort alone. When you solve real problems, think creatively, and contribute in ways that genuinely help others, you become irreplaceable. Instead of asking, how can I earn more? Ask, how can I help more? How can I contribute more effectively? People who create value don't wait for opportunities, they generate them. That mindset places you in the top small percentage of reliable, resourceful humans, the ones others want to collaborate with, promote, invest in, and keep around. Skill number 10, humility and curiosity. These two traits support every other skill. Curiosity keeps you growing. Humility keeps you coachable. The moment you believe you already know enough, you stop evolving. But when you remain a student, asking questions, welcoming feedback, and staying open to new ideas, you stay adaptable and relevant. Curious, humble people rarely stagnate. They build real wisdom over time, and they quietly outperform those who rely on ego. In a world that changes this quickly, your greatest advantage is not where you were born, what you studied, or who you know. Your advantage is your willingness to grow in ways most people resist. Skills are choices. Growth is a habit. And your future is shaped more by what you build inside yourself than by anything happening around you. Every one of the abilities we discussed today is learnable. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need certainty. You just need a decision. The decision to begin. So, I'd like to invite you to reflect right now and share in the comments, which of these skills will you start strengthening first and why? Your comment might be the message someone else needed to read today. We learn more when we grow together. And if you're someone who values mindset, resilience, clarity, and genuine self-development, make sure to subscribe to Mind Reset. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. And if this video helped you think differently, give it a like so more people can find it too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for investing in your growth, and I'll see you in the next video.